Welcome to Goya's Garden and Tie-Dyes. I'm Greg. Alright, today we will be doing a 58 by 58 tapestry, and the measurements are never exact. But anyway, I found where I wanted center to be, and I'm going to mark it at 60 degrees. Tapestries always say 58 or 54, but they're always a couple inches off. But that's okay, you just have to work with it. So I'm drawing a line on that 60-degree angle and to where I have my center mark at. And from there, grab the bottom right corner, put your finger on the line, and fold it up. Try to keep it right on that line and smooth it out the best you can. The more wrinkles that you remove, the better. Now fold back in on itself. Smooth it out again. And now grab the far left corner and fold it all the way over. I always want to stop where the other fold is, but that's not the case. But I had a big wrinkle in there, and I wasn't quite on the other side. So let's try that again. Okay, finger down, fold it up, and like it. So smooth that baby out. The less wrinkles, the better. And let's go. All right, now I'm using a piece of sinew with a washable marker. I'm going to try to determine how large I want the peace sign. So whatever line I mark up here will be the outer edge of the peace sign. And I'm going as much as I can get. Okay, so just do your circle on there, or half circle, or in this case maybe a pie, and fold it on up. Try to keep it as straight as you can, because that will make your peace sign more round. I've done them and they've been pretty wonky sometimes. I was supposed to be posting another video, but then I realized this was on my pre-4th of July sale video. So you've probably already seen it if you've seen that. And there was a few other things, just like, why did you put those up? You haven't even posted them yet. But oh well, maybe you forgot, or just pretend you did. Okay, so make sure when you pleat this up here, folding it in on itself there, that you want the side with the most folds. Like I said before, if you don't, you'll wind up with a half a peace sign. Or actually, I think it's maybe a quarter of a peace sign. I have a couple out there. Next time I do one, I'll have to show you the first one I got. So I did wrap the sinew around the line I had, but it's not that tight. And I stopped it right there because I messed up, took it apart, and kind of started over. So I'm just securing that white or the green marker line just a little bit to keep it from moving around and messing up your fold line. Now, I'm not tightening this down at all. Just a little bit, like to hold it in place. So after I get this to where I want it, I will be going to the left of it, and that'll determine the other end of the peace sign. So the width of your peace sign is determined by this piece of sinew line and the sinew line that has those folds in it. The folds are your legs, and the rest of it between the two ends of the sinew lines will be your circle. So I was way off. One side was way wider than the other side. That's why I decided to adjust it. And I think I actually adjusted it a couple times. So I wasn't quite happy with the way that was looking. So I just unwound it really quick, even took off the piece from the legs, and I'm going to redo those. At first, I thought I could get away with that string that wasn't connected to the puller, but no. So now I'm just gonna make that adjustment, and here you want to pull really, really tight. The same thing with the line that's on the far left. as tight as you can get it. Like I said, that's your whole peace sign in the middle of those two. Well, actually, on the right side's the inner side of your peace sign, the top two pieces and the bottom two pieces. Like the little triangles. So, wasn't really much to do with all that. So I'm just going to band it up, and we'll go from there. I'm just going to throw some rubber bands on here. Like I said, you only needed the sinew on the top of it to determine your peace sign. And we're just going to try to tuck in the little nooks and crannies of things that are kind of sticking out a little bit further. I'm using one of those little baby rubber bands, little hair ties. But see what I mean by things wanting to come unfolded, so it keeps everything nice and tucked. And this is a hot water irrigation. And the colors we're using, this is royal blue. And so all that you see that I just put on it, that is your whole peace sign right there. Well, actually the circle and the legs. Now we're using lemon yellow. And this is all the center colors of it. And which actually is a lot more than what the peace sign is. Maybe I should have made it a little bit wider. But, oh well, it's said and done. And this is some deep orange. And these are my dye bottles I use for spreading my dye, for ice dye and for hot water irrigation. It's 5 parts dye to 2 parts soda ash. Yes, I did change my recipe a little bit. Some of the dyes are a little bit thicker than the others. And this one is ox blood. I had to change out the top of it. I have wider tops that I can stick on them to make them flow out a little easier. And you don't want to squeeze them. Always just tap them on top or tap them on the sides. But once in a while, you'll see a big puff come out. That's me squeezing them. And you never hear me say it, but it's, what are you doing? Definitely always talk to myself out here. So I'm just misting it a little bit. Had to go in and get the hot water. Wind was blowing, so I didn't want the stuff flying all over the place. And my hot water runs about 185. When I put it into the sprayer, I have the sprayer warmed up already so it doesn't cool it down as fast. By the time I get out here, it's 180 to 175, and that works just perfectly. Now for the sprayer. This is not my favorite sprayer, but this was a wider project, so I chose to use it. I mainly use this one for just cleaning up. It cleans up your screens, my ice table, things like that so well. But I really enjoy the small Hudson sprayer with a smaller nozzle. You can adjust it so it sprays out or more of a streamline. And this way, if you have to punch colors through, you can actually stick the tip on your material and push it through. But Tapestry is pretty loose, so we're not going to have too much problems with that. You just keep spraying till the dye is all dissolved. You can always check the back side of it to make sure it went through. Sometimes you flip it and do it, but in this case, it was fine. Total time of the spraying was 16 and a half minutes. That's not bad. All right, here we go. And when I unfolded it, I was so darn happy. Especially when I seen 2 legs coming out of it. If you just see 1 leg coming out, it's a disappointment. But yes, I do like it. It looks kind of like a little smiley face there in the middle of it. I still have to figure out how to get the orange down there, figure out what I did wrong. I'm not quite sure, but I'll take a look at it. All right, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you liked it, please hit like. If you want to share it, by all means, please do. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you next time.